All right. Okay. I'm gonna wait as usual. I'm gonna give it a second for some people to climb in because I know that I'm early. As usual, I'm always on time, never late. I'm outside again as usual. Lately, we've been outside with it. We're in San Francisco. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're just now joining the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead and clap that like and share button, please, so we can go ahead and get this message to other people. I'm gonna give it a second for a couple people to come on and climb on in. Then we're gonna get started. As usual, I hope you got something that you can hydrate with while I create this chronicle for you. I'm not gonna hold you for too long. Like I said, I hope you got something to hydrate while I create this chronicle for you. If you're just now joining this live, do me a favor, go ahead and clap that share button for me. You never know who needs to hear this message. Yeah, I'm outside just getting a little bit of air right now. Trying to prepare myself for this message that I got for you today. We're going to be pretty much to the point. I think I'm going to sit right here and do it, you know. We ain't going to walk too far today. But we're going to get to it in a second. Let me just get comfortable, you know. Not supposed to really be out here without this mask on, but oh well. All right. Let's get to it. Good afternoon, kings and queens. You're now tuned in for another one of these Good Life Chronicles with your boy, Rock G. The topic that I wanted to speak on today is growth. The reason why I wanted to speak on growth is because it's something that's gonna hurt at the beginning. It's something that's gonna be painful. I call those growing pains. That means that you're getting ready to elevate, you're getting ready to level up, you're getting ready to manifest to that beautiful individual that you've always been in your mind, but now you can let the world see. Earlier today, I had some growing pains. I got on the phone with Uncle Tough Love. Me and him was having a conversation, and I started bringing up things that was kind of hindering my spirit. And I started getting frustrated and getting angry. And then he gave me a bit of advice that stuck with me. And the thing is, he told me that the things that you go through in life, those aren't losses, those is gains. Because basically, you're the person that's winning. Because in the end, you know who not to mess with once you come back to your successes. And that resonated with me. When it comes down to growth, you have to be vulnerable, because when you're getting ready to grow and you're getting ready to develop into that beautiful individual that you see in the mirror every day, it takes patience, it takes devotion, it takes dedication, it takes strive, it takes motivation. It's multiple things that you have to be ready for when you're getting ready to grow, when you're getting ready to develop, when you're getting ready to become that individual that God sees you as, or as your higher power sees you as. You got to stop allowing old things in the past to hinder you, y'all. We all sit back and we always are, we're hoarding old things that is preventing us from our growth. When you hoard old things, basically that's like putting an anchor on your boat. You never could set a sail. That's the reason why you're not becoming that great individual that you want to be. Y'all remember that analogy that I said when I was young and I went to the shoe palace and I was trying to purchase some shoes with that credit card, right? But I hadn't not yet called that 1-800 number on the back in order to activate the card. That's how your life is. That's how your success is. That's how your greatness is. If you don't call that 1-800 number on the back, which means tap into yourself, you're never going to be that great individual that you're aiming to be, because you're going to be sitting out here remorseful for things that you did. You're still going to be wondering what if about situations you never took the chance on. Don't let that be you. What you have to do is just come out here and just live this life. You got to have faith. You got to have belief in your higher power. You got to have belief in yourself, because you can do all things once you put your mind to it. You got to stop allowing small specks on your timeline to hinder you from being great. If you're just now joining the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead and clap that share button for me, because you never know who needs to hear this message. What we're talking about is growth today. Perfect example, right? When you plant a seed into the ground, you have to wait a couple of months for it to develop into that fruit or vegetable that you planted into the ground, right? But you have patience for that. You also have to have patience for your life. You're not always going to develop and blossom into that beautiful individual ASAP, automatically. Ladies, you got to understand that You're like a rose. You blossom year round. But do you have the proper gardener? Do you have that proper person in your life where they're nurturing you, they're giving you sunlight, and they're feeding you? You know what I'm saying? Basically, the sunlight is when somebody is uplifting your spirit. They're talking to you. They're reassuring you. They're doing everything that a man is supposed to do. Do you have that? If you don't have that, you might have to pay attention to what you're dealing with and get something new in your life. Fellas, if you don't have that lady that's supporting your dreams, your admirations, if she ain't willing to be out here selling cookies with you because that's all you got, that might not be the one for you. I'm sorry to tell you. And growth is a part of that. You have to grow and understand that you have to put away the childish things that you entertained when you were younger in order to become that great individual that you're looking to be. Like I always say, you can forgive circumstance, you can forgive people, but the most important thing that you must forgive is yourself, because once you forgive yourself, opportunities for growth always show themselves, and they help you go along the life that you want to lead. Stop hoarding these people. I always say that when people are past their expiration date, you got to let them go, because when you go to your refrigerator, you don't be like, I like that curdled milk, I'm about to pour me a bowl of cereal. No, you don't do that. What you do is you throw that cereal away, you go to the market and you purchase a new one in order for you to drink that, right? Because you know that's fresh. You have to do that with individuals too. I don't care who it is in your life. It could be your spouse, it could be your parents, it could be your family member, it could be your best friend. Cut them off if they ain't aligning with where you headed. That's the reality of it. You can't sit back and allow people that have toxic traits within them to sit around you, because then you become toxic. You remember that statement, one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch? Don't let that be you. Love yourself more. If you got to get outside like me right now and just get away from the chaos that's within inside of your house, do that. I wanted to inform you of this too. I know that we're in the middle of a pandemic and we all are quarantined right now, right? But the cold part about it is a lot of people have been quarantined mentally their whole life. What do you mean by that, Marcus? That sounds kind of foul. When I say people have been quarantined for their whole life, they have never really lived the life that they wanted to live due to fear. Don't let that be you. Love yourself enough to come outside every day and try. The worst thing that you can do is give up on yourself. Growth teaches you that. You remember how on the last live when I spoke about a mental, spiritual, and emotional cleanse? That's very important. Right now, you got the time to sit with yourself and get a spiritual, mental, and emotional cleanse going, where you can figure out what you did wrong, where you can figure out where you went right. You feel me? And then you can be able to tell yourself to apply the things where you went wrong, and you can subtract the things where you went wrong. Stop being so hard on yourself. It's enough people in this world that's hard on you already. You got to love yourself. Become your number one fan. I always tell you that you are the star player in your life. You got to motivate your role players to do what they need to do, because they only play as well as the star player is playing. So if you're not at your greatest capability, what do you think that they're at? They're at a minute piece of what they can be. Be that inspiration. Be that motivation. Be that drive that you want to be. Be that change in people that you want to see, but started with inside of yourself. You can't tell a person what they need to do and how they need to go about doing it when you're not reflecting with yourself and giving yourself that lesson and teaching yourself where you went wrong and making them proper adjustments with inside of yourself. That would never make sense. That's sort of like the boy that cried wolf. You know how he was always crying wolf and wolf, but then the day that the wolf was there and ate him, nobody believed him because he was too busy feeding the lie. Don't be the person that's always feeding the lie. Keep on feeding people the reality. Keep feeding them the motivation. Keep feeding them the inspiration in order to do better. If you see somebody in a situation that you're not too happy about, tell that friend. That's how you know that you're being a true friend. You're not just being somebody on the sideline criticizing. You being a person that's in the game catching a few balls. Get your jersey dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Get your jersey dirty. If you really love these people, you're going to get your jersey dirty. You're going to go out here and do whatever it takes in order to put them people into better predicaments and better situations in life. You're not just going to sit back and allow individuals to be in your life just rotten. I want people ascending in my life. I don't want them descending. I want people to be the best them that they can be, because then therefore that makes me look better in life, because I was a part of them moving forward. You don't ever want to be the hindrance. You want to be the person that's helping them succeed and excel in life. So don't be afraid to come out here and be a positive person to somebody. You don't have to be negative just because everything around you is negative. Some of us come from the ghetto, but we still don't act ghetto when we outside, right? There's a lot of us that's out here chasing things that we don't need to chase in this life. You need to prevent that. One thing that I want you to do, like I always want you to do on the live, I want you to go outside and try to be a positive influence on somebody's life. When you see somebody struggling, help them out. If you see somebody crying, try to make them smile. When you see a person that just seems like they're already happy, Why don't you add on to the happiness instead of subtracting from it? Love more people in this life, and I guarantee they'll love you more. But in order for you to be loved, first you got to love yourself. And that's the difficulty in everything. That's the reason why I said with growth comes pain. Pain and growth goes hand in hand. It's just like when you go to the gym and work out, right? When you start feeling the pain, do you stop right then? Nah, you don't stop right then. You keep going because you know what? At the end of it, you're going to see results. Just like I said earlier today, rest days, excuse me, rest days are the days that you see results. And the days that you're on are the days that you see gains. And what I mean by gains is development, it's growth. You start seeing that you're able to break the barriers that you were at just yesterday. You see that you're able to break the barriers that you were a month ago. That's what you do with life as well, as long as you're willing to do the work for it. Nothing comes out of somebody that's asleep. The only thing that comes to a sleeper is a dream. Don't be a person that's always asleep. Get woke. As usual, I love y'all, and I'll tap back in later.